comes, I'm gonna give you a 2-minute warning.
Okay.
This is a story about dreamers and innovators. Bold thinkers who refused to wait for opportunity, they built it themselves. We began in 1895 in young Texas full of ambition and possibility. The idea that education could be a force for change and a foundation for progress. From that belief, our university was born. A small school then, built with purpose, to educate, to uplift, to drive a growing state forward. We grew alongside Texas, expanding with every challenge, rising to every opportunity. We trained the engineers who built its highways, the teachers who shaped its classrooms, and the scientists and nurses who advanced its healthcare. As we grew, so did our impact. From preparing innovators who drive global industries to the astronauts who explored our final frontier, we became a place where mavericks push boundaries and redefine what's possible. Through world wars and economic shifts, through boons and busts and breakthroughs, UTA has been a constant, a university shaped by the needs of its people, always evolving and always moving forward. We open our doors wider. We welcome veterans returning home, high school graduates ready to pursue their dreams, first-generation students reaching for something more. We became a university of opportunity, where talent and determination matter more than background. Today, UTA stands as a research powerhouse, a driver of social mobility, and an institution whose impact strikes far beyond Arlington. After 130 years, our story is still unfolding. The future is waiting for the next bold idea, the next breakthrough, the next maverick moment. 130 years of ambition, of dreaming big, of being mavericks. UTA, 130 years and counting.
Please welcome UTA Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Tamara Brown.
It's our anniversary. Y'all know what today is? It's our anniversary. I had to find some fitting music for this opportunity because we're celebrating 130 years. And I'm so excited about it. We've been celebrating all year. We're especially celebrating this month. And as we start, the state of the university is seen fitting to acknowledge that we have been doing this for 130 years, and I'm wishing us 130 plus more to come. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the State of the University. I am Tamara Brown. I have the distinct pleasure of serving as your Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. And I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us as we reflect on our shared accomplishments and look forward to what's ahead. And can we please give a hand to the UTA string quartet that was playing as we came in? We certainly have some very talented students, and I always enjoy listening to their music and performance. And we have much to celebrate. More than 42,000 students enrolled this fall in one of our 180-plus degree programs, and many of them have already chosen to join one of our over 300 student organizations. Students come to UTA from nearly 100 countries. And as you know, UTA is one of the 30 largest public universities in the United States, and we are continuing to expand. The combined annual economic impact of the Maverick community and our over 270,000 Maverick alumni on Texas exceeds $28 billion with a B dollars. That is woo indeed. Our impact and influence are big and bold, just as big and bold as the state of Texas is, and that's by design. Here at UTA, we are being intentional about our efforts, and that's a critical element of our success, and it's paying off. I am thrilled to share our preliminary one-year retention number has reached an all-time high of nearly 79%, which is up 8% from last year. That is something to celebrate. I just cannot overstate the significance of this achievement and all that went into it. I mean, look around this room. You, all of you, made this possible. So to our faculty and staff, each and every one of you has played a vital role in advancing our mission. And I hope you take great pride in this achievement because make no mistake, this is a true team effort. It's taken all of us. Your unwavering commitment, day in and day out, to improving access and supporting student success, that's the foundation of our progress. Through the expansion and improvement of programs like Mavs Rise, Blaze Forward, Emerging Mavericks, that's just naming a few, we are improving our efforts to address the holistic needs of our students. Let me just take the Emerging Mavericks program as an example. We launched that in 2024. This program provides critical resources to students that are aging out of the foster care system or students that have unstable housing situations. Just a year later, in spring of 2025, Emerging Mavericks has directly enrolled 121 students at UTA, which is amazing. And indirectly, the program supports an additional 80+ students annually through outreach, partnerships with K-12 systems and educational events. And our community partners have taken notice, and they've now joined in on our efforts. Earlier this year, the Communities Foundation of Texas awarded Emerging Mavericks with a $250,000 grant so that we could further improve and expand our mission to support this student population. An amazing accomplishment, and I'm so happy that the community is joining in, and let's celebrate that partnership. These support systems are directly strengthening our students' ability to stay enrolled, persist through the challenges, and graduate on time, ultimately improving our retention and preparing them to enter the workforce ready to excel. So, to the 119 new faculty members and countless staff joining us on campus this semester, you have come at a great time, and we're delighted to welcome you to our Maverick community. Your unique talents and your contributions will not only strengthen our collective efforts, but also inspire us to build on our momentum. And to our returning faculty and staff, congratulations again on a job very well done. And I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on this incredible achievement in our retention efforts and our other achievements as well. And let's not forget our exceptional students. After all, they're a big part of why we're here. Your dedication and perseverance propel us forward. We're impressed by your resilience, your determination, your vision for your future. You are the heart of our mission, and you're the reason that we strive for excellence. At UTA, we are committed to nurturing your potential and preparing you to become leaders and innovators of tomorrow. UTA senior and honors nursing student Caroline King exemplifies the dedication and achievement of our students. Perhaps you've heard of her because she's been featured in the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, university publications, and even on her hometown CBS station in Wichita Falls. Earlier this year, her research was published in the Online Journal of Rural Nursing and Healthcare, which is a rare and distinguished accomplishment for an undergraduate. And there are countless stories like Caroline's at UTA, students who consistently go above and beyond. And our role is to provide the support and encouragement that enable them to excel and move forward with excellence. So looking ahead, one of my top priorities is to amplify the Maverick Promise, that pledge that we make to ensure that students stay enrolled, graduate on time, and enter the workforce ready to succeed. And I hope each of you will continue to highlight the ways that we're keeping our Maverick Promise in our everyday work. So as we begin this year together, I encourage you to lead with open hearts, curious minds, and intentionality. There is no limit to what we can achieve when we move forward together. Now, please join me in giving a warm Maverick welcome to one of our outstanding student leaders. It's my pleasure to introduce UTA Student Body Vice President, Andres Morales.
Good afternoon, Mavericks. I'm Andres Morales, proud to serve as your Student Body Vice President. I'm a sophomore double majoring in management and operational management. My story begins in Bogota, Colombia. At just 3 years old, my mother immigrated to Miami, chasing the American dream and striving for a better future for us. In 2008, amid the housing crisis, we moved to Texas, and I came up through the school systems in both Arlington and Grand Prairie. After high school, my grades weren't the best, so I entered the workforce. While working, I realized I wanted to do something greater, to give back to the country that has granted my family a chance. That calling led to me to enlist in the world's greatest and finest Navy. Though I initially signed up for 4 years of active duty, I served 7, 5 here in the States, 2 in Japan. While in Japan, I felt inspired to advance both my military career and my education. Growing up in Arlington, I always heard about this university, a top choice for military-affiliated students and veterans. So when it was time to continue my education, UTA was the only choice. So transitioning from active duty to civilian life wasn't easy. After being away from school for 8 years, I could hardly remember the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Trust me, I remember it now. But navigating campus, I found organizations that aligned with my interest. Student government, as a senator for College of Business. Alpha, the CAT Coalition, Filipino Society Association, and the UTA ambassadors. Ultimately, it was my Greek brothers at Sigma Lambda Beta and my fellow service members who truly made me feel at home. I think of my fellow service members today, in part because it is September 11th, a day of tragedy in our nation's history. We've lost many lives that day, civilians, first responders, and military members. In remembrance, out of gratitude, I'd like to recognize everyone, past and present, who has served in uniform and was a first responder. So please stand if you're a military service member, veteran, or first responder, and let's give them a round of applause. On a day marked by remembrance and reflection, it is uplifting to shift from loss to leadership. The very leadership that sustains our Maverick community. At UTA, that leadership is embodied by our president, Dr. Jennifer Kelly, who serves as the 10th president of UTA and the first woman president. Under her leadership, UTA continues to be a national example for military-friendly support, earning gold-level military-friendly school status, and being recognized among the top universities for veterans and military-connected students. At its core, true leadership embodies both serving those you lead and leaving a meaningful impact on their lives. That philosophy Dr. Kelly brings to the university. And it is one that I strive to mirror in my work in student government. Dr. Kelly's steadfast support and collaborative spirit have been instrumental in strengthening the ties among students, faculty, and staff here at UTA. She actively seeks out students' voices, values our insights, and empowers us to bring meaningful change. Her unwavering engagement has not only helped guide our student government, it has helped us thrive. We're proud to call ourselves Mavericks, united by shared purpose, mutual respect, and commitment to this community. And working alongside Dr. Kelly, I have seen those values come alive. She listens, she acts, and she campaigns collaboration across all corners of this university. Dr. Kelly leads with the same resilience, inclusivity, and community-minded spirit that defines us as Mavericks. I thank her for her service at UTA, and I thank all of you here today for your commitment to the Maverick community. Thank you very much.
From a small school to military academy, from a junior college to one of the nation's top doctoral universities, UT Arlington's 130-year history provides a blueprint for how to dream big. This is the story of 10 Mavericks, the presidents who have served since we became the University of Texas at Arlington, who embraced the dreams of the university community and made them a reality. Those leaders became architects of transformation. Over the span of a decade, Jack Wolf laid the foundation for the modern university, establishing a graduate school, introducing Greek life to campus, and ushering in Division I athletics. In just 4 years, Frank Harrison added 30 new programs and several new facilities, but perhaps most importantly, he led us to adopt a new name, the Mavericks. We've been maving up ever since. Wendell Netterman served for 2 decades, an era marked by rising enrollment, expanding research and funding, and building bridges, literal and symbolic, that brought a growing campus together. He also championed accessibility and inclusion, reminding us that progress isn't just about numbers, it's about people. Ryan Amaker, an economist, prioritized fundraising and student recruitment. He also focused academic structure, creating the role of provost to strengthen academic affairs. Robert Witt expanded student life, added new housing, and launched the Honors College, fostering deeper connections across campus. He also deepened UTA's connection to the city it calls home. Charles Sorber, an interim president, raised admission standards that helped elevate the university's academic profile. He was only here a year, but long enough to remind us that interim doesn't mean temporary progress. During his 9 years in office, James Spaniolo led a boom in enrollment, construction, and campus traditions, establishing the Maverick Speaker Series, Mavs Meet Convocation, and more. From 2013 to 2020, Vistas Kabari led UTA's transformation into a Carnegie R1 research institution and championed initiatives that advanced both excellence and access. Under his leadership, UTA became a federally recognized Hispanic serving institution, expanded support for veterans and first-generation students, and opened major new facilities like the Sear Building and Brazos Park. Tech Lem, serving as interim president, saw the culmination of UTA's push for Texas Tier 1 recognition, securing our place among the state's top research universities. Jennifer Cowley, the university's 10th leader and first woman to hold the role, is charting a bold course forward, one rooted in shared dreams and a bright future. She launched the Rise 100 faculty hiring initiative, broke ground on UTA West, and expanded the Blaze Forward financial aid and scholarship program to ensure higher education is attainable for more Texans. Like those who came before her, she's dreaming big, shaping a future as bold as the Mavericks who founded this university back in 1895. 10 leaders, 10 chapters in a story still unfolding. Each one met their moment and moved us forward. Dreaming big is how it starts. Doing something with it, that's how Mavericks lead.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's our people who make UTA what it is. Our students who bring curiosity and energy, our faculty who bring expertise and passion, and our staff who make everything work. So as we gather today, I just want to say thank you. It's good to be back together, moving forward into new academic year. And since we have spent so much of 2025 celebrating our milestone 130th anniversary, I want to use this occasion, my third State of the University address, to reflect on our university's journey, about where we started and where we're going. Let's begin by talking about origin stories. Origin stories matter because they reflect our values and how we see ourselves. They explain the distance between where we began and where we are now. They remind us of our character, our resilience, and sometimes even our fun quirks. Superheroes have origin stories, nations have them, and universities have them too. Now, UTA's origin story doesn't involve radioactive spiders or bat caves, even though we do see Spider-Man on campus sometimes. We have changed our identity a few times over the years. We started as Arlington College in 1895, and then over the years became known as Carlisle Academy, Grubbs Vocational College, North Texas Agricultural College, Arlington State College, and today as the University of Texas at Arlington. And this is where I should note for y'all that in the Grubbs vocational days, we were known as the Grubworms. Yes. I am definitely baffled about how they drummed up school spirit. Did they have slogans like, "Grubs don't quit, they keep burrowing"? Or did they tell one another to grub up while wiggling their index finger? I have questions, y'all. But anyway, back to 1895. We weren't the sprawling campus we are today with high-tech labs and student success centers. We were Arlington College, the first of our many identities, a single building, a few dedicated professors, and a lot of big dreams. What we lacked in polish, we made up for in vision, and like a first draft that holds the promise of a masterpiece. Our vision was a bedrock belief in the power of education. That's what our founders knew, like we do today, that a dream without a plan is just a wish. And well, they had a plan. The community donated the land, raised funds for the first building and scholarships, and worked together to ensure the success of this university. They knew what a quality education can mean for their children, what it can mean for their town and their future. The local newspaper ran a headline back then that resonates across 130 years. The headline said, "Good schools make good towns," and we know this is true. If it's good schools that make good towns, then it takes good people to get the job done. It's the brilliant and talented people in this room today who make this university great. And for that, I thank you. Our students and community thank you too. For today's State of the University, I want to honor and recognize our people in progress in advancing the goals of our UTA 2030 strategic plan. In doing so, we're helping our students succeed and our researchers innovate and flourish. We're engaging new and effective ways to engage our alumni and community. We're strengthening our campus and building a stronger culture. The tools have changed over the last 130 years, but our drive to innovate and serve has only grown stronger. Throughout our history, we have faced challenges, and this year, it's challenges at the federal level that are stress testing our budgets and people in new ways, especially around research support, student financial aid, and international student visas. We face future uncertainty and financial challenges, but here's the silver lining. UTA has weathered past challenges through a shared commitment that's been at the heart of our mission since 1895, student success, academic excellence, and community impact. When we look back at 130 years, we're reminding ourselves of who we are, a community built on bold beginnings, on people who said yes to hard work, and on generations who believed in a future they couldn't yet see. That's the power of a good origin story. It's not just about where we came from, it speaks to who we are today. Today, we are one of the best universities in the country and the best university in Dallas-Fort Worth. That's not me being a cheerleader, although I'm happy to do so. That's Washington Monthly saying we're number 53 nationally on its best colleges list, which evaluates access, affordability, outcomes, and community service. That's the Wall Street Journal, the U.S. News and World Report, and Military Times saying we're number 1 in Dallas-Fort Worth because of our salary impact of our graduates, best use of taxpayer and tuition dollars, least debt, social mobility, and for veterans. That's the Carnegie classification of institutions of higher education, making us one of just 21 Research One universities nationwide to also earn the Student Access and Earnings designation for expanding access and helping our graduates earn competitive wages. Our small, scrappy beginnings remind us that this university has always been about determination, resilience, and a belief that education changes lives. Our founders understood that with knowledge comes opportunity and that the responsibility to extend that opportunity as widely as possible. That's what Blaze Forward does. Starting this semester, we increased the family income threshold from $85,000 to $100,000. That means that the percentage of undergraduates whose tuition and mandatory fees are fully covered went from 49% to 65%. Now even more, yeah, we can clap to that. Now, even more Texas residents, regardless of financial background, can experience the transformative power of a UTA education. We also have programs like MAV Rise, which launched as a collaboration between the Division of Student Success and Enrollment Management. Led by Candace Calhoun-Butts and Adrian Jones, MAV's Rise helps support conditionally admitted first-year students through academic support and coaching. In our strategic plan, we set out to remove barriers to success, and our efforts are paying off. As you heard from our Provost Brown, our first-year retention rate rose to a record high, 79%, putting our retention rate on peers and aspirational peer levels. And there's more. Our College of Nursing and Health Innovation recently received a $5.1 million grant from the Nursing Shortage Reduction Program. This lets us expand our partnerships with school districts, creating nursing academies in high schools, allowing students to begin earning credit towards their nursing degrees. 130 years ago, Arlington College started with 6 courses. Today, we have thousands of courses in a wide range of academic programs, and we're continuing to evolve our curriculum. This fall alone, we introduced 2 new bachelor's degree programs in hospitality management, new minors in philanthropy and space systems, new academic tracks in our graduate nurse practitioner program and our undergraduate theater arts program. And pending final state approvals, we will launch a highly sought after Doctor of Social Work program to address the critical need for social work leaders. And Marvin Diaz has joined UTA to start our new program in aviation management and innovation. With this new program, UTA is making sure the future of aviation doesn't just take off, that it soars. All of these learning opportunities pay dividends. Just ask Assistant Professor of Psychology, Crystal Cooper. She looks at behavioral and brain function in children with neurological and psychiatric conditions like epilepsy and depression, using the MRI in our Clinical Imaging Research Center. Dr. Cooper is a triple maverick. She earned her bachelor's, master's, and PhD all from UTA. And y'all, I bet she knew she had to be a maverick when she saw that her last name is on the street that runs through the middle of campus. Now, when Dr. Cooper was a student, she connected early on with a UTA professor who served as her mentor, and she's paying that forward, working today with UTA undergraduate and graduate students in her lab and helping spark that spirit of discovery in the next generation of researchers. Mentorship from Dr. Cooper and so many of our faculty on campus have allowed us to triple our undergraduate research opportunities last year, giving our students hands-on experiences and a head start on their futures. Opening opportunity is a story as old as UTA itself. Nearly a century ago, when we were North Texas Agricultural College, we invested in what then were cutting-edge crop dusters. We had an aeronautical training program in the 1930s in which students built and flew their own crop dusters. Talk about experiential learning. Let's just say that when your homework involves building and flying aircraft, extra credit isn't much help if the wings don't hold. So you can trace the history of aviation in the way our programs have evolved. Next week, we cut the ribbon on the Maverick Autonomous Vehicle Research Center at UTA. This netted drone facility comes equipped with advanced lighting, a high-precision suite of cameras and controls, and an education building. Our engineers can test in all-weather conditions, meeting rigorous FAA standards to develop systems that can maintain performance in the most extreme environments Texas can deliver. Now, extreme environments also means we need to develop more heat-resilient data centers. Y'all know that with the growth of artificial intelligence is fueling a massive boom in demand for data centers. Those data centers have enormous energy requirements, and 40% of that energy need is just to keep the equipment in the data centers cool. Presidential Distinguished Professor Daraje Agonifer is leading a Department of Energy funded project to reduce that energy consumption to less than 5%. At the same time, he's ensuring his students engage in research that's creating real-world impact. Another example of applied research is David Wett's leadership of the Pulsed Power and Energy Lab, where he specializes in energy storage and power systems aboard U.S. Navy ships. Over the summer, Dr. Wetz and his team of researchers and students opened a new facility that can simulate the operation of a Navy ship so they can identify and reduce potential risks before new power systems are introduced. Doctors Jiansong Su and Gautam Das are the co-directors of a newly established Smart Agriculture Research Center that's using data science to solve agricultural problems that are vital to the nation. As part of the RISE 100 program, Dr. Prasanna Gowda saw our vision and left the U.S. Department of Agriculture to join UTA. With their leadership, UTA is positioning itself at the forefront of solving one of humanity's most pressing challenges: how to grow smarter, healthier, and more sustainable food. Our faculty are leading in their research and in their national organizations. Sherry Wang and her team developed a new computational tool that helps scientists pinpoint proteins known as transcription regulators that can cause cancer when they malfunction. Associate Professor of Landscape Architecture Tanner Osdell is president of the Council of Educators in Landscape Architecture, the leading academic organization in his field. Look around and you'll see plenty of new faces as well. We have hired many new faculty as part of our RISE 100 program. Examples like Kappa Associate Professor Wei Xing is developing 3D digital models of homes that can adapt to extreme heat. Taylor Tappan is mapping land cover in Costa Rican indigenous communities. And whether it's experts in entrepreneurship like Diego Villapando or in semiconductors like Xiang Gong, those faculty are joining our more than 1,200 current faculty, building on our strengths and making us a richer, more dynamic community. When I think about what has moved UTA forward over the last 130 years, it always comes back to people. Its former president, Wendell Netterman, exploring campus in a wheelchair to highlight accessibility issues 50 years ago, or our staffers coming together to create an advisory council in the 1990s. UTA Libraries is celebrating that culture and history with the 130th anniversary exhibit opening later this month. The exhibit, which is spearheaded by Kira Newby and Kevin Shook, will showcase our lasting impact on Arlington and beyond. It represents a group effort from teams across campus, including facilities management, the university library, the provost's office, and the history department. We are a big, complicated university, y'all. We have schedulers who somehow Tetris tens of thousands of students into classrooms without violating the laws of physics, space, or time. And we have facilities staff who can fix anything with a wrench and some duct tape. We have IT specialists who patiently remind us that rebooting our devices does indeed solve many of our problems. I have to admit, on my most recent IT call, they simply turned on my monitor. I know, y'all, we all need some gentle coaching sometimes. Every role matters. What keeps this place running are the thousands of acts of commitment and care you bring every day. You deserve our appreciation and recognition, practices that should be baked into our culture. And let's be honest, nearly everyone likes a gold star sticker for a job well done. You spoke up in the Gallup People and Culture Survey saying you wanted a way to recognize each other, and we listened. This semester, we're launching our Mav Up MVP, our new peer-to-peer recognition program, where you can fill out a digital card and celebrate the amazing work of your colleagues. Consider it the digital equivalent of a gold star. It's one small but powerful step toward our UTA 2030 vision, a campus community built on appreciation and united in Maverick spirit. As part of our 130th celebrations, we have created opportunities for our students to be engaged. Art history student Rachel Chen designed a UTA tartan that can be found on new apparel. The jacket I'm wearing today is Rachel's tartan design. Last month at the Mavs Meet kickoff, the UTA Marching Band debuted UTA's new fight song. Commissioned more than a year ago, our incredible faculty and songwriting students in the College of Liberal Arts brought life to this idea. But what made it really special about the UTA fight song is the reality that it was the work of music professor Douglas Stoddard, who created the full arrangement of the song for the marching band. Doug died unexpectedly in April, and this was his last commissioned piece he worked on. Our Maverick community is forever grateful for this lasting contribution. Y'all, we're continuing to take steps to ensure our entire UTA community feels valued and supported. And this year, we piloted our Maverick Momentum Program, our first staff mentorship initiative to support professional development and foster leadership. We also joined 1 Million Cups, which connects students and faculty to a global network of entrepreneurs. Our Greek life organizations fuel a positive campus culture. They help UTA students find community with one another while also inspiring devoted alumni. This past year, we saw the return of Kappa Alpha Psi, making UTA the only UT system campus with all Divine Nine Panhellenic fraternities and sororities. Last year, we saw a 13% growth in our Greek life membership. We've added 2 new fraternities in 2025, Sigma Phi Epsilon and Delta Epsilon Psi, giving us a total of 33 fraternities and sororities. And earlier this spring, we opened our new Fraternity and Sorority Life Community Center, a beautiful facility that creates a welcoming home for our entire Greek community. And we will soon be debuting a Greek life spirit horse. Now, Greek organizations remain a powerful draw to UTA for many in our alumni community. For others, the front door to UTA is Maverick Athletics. We are building momentum. This past year, we set a Maverick Club fundraising record for the 2nd year in a row with a 102% increase in annual giving. Now, football remains a powerful part of the UTA story, from back-to-back junior Rose Bowl championships in the 1950s to the final whistle in 1985. That legacy is taking on a fresh life with our plans to launch the first Division I women's flag football team in Texas, beginning play in the spring of 2027. John Fagg, our athletics director, is recruiting our first coach as we speak. Now, we are elevating the partnership between our athletics department and our national championship men's and women's Movin' Mavs wheelchair basketball teams. The Movin' Mavs tournaments are now in College Park Center and scheduled for mid-March, elevating their visibility. Now, our efforts to be more visible in the community, they started early, y'all. In 1936, North Texas Agricultural College brought the world to Arlington, hosting a lecture series that featured the U.S. Minister to Denmark and the U.S. Secretary of Labor. And that's Minnie Pearl up from the Grand Ole Opry, who came to campus in 1948 to host the first dance of the fall semester. Last year's Maverick Speaker Series brought packed crowds to hear journalist and TV host John Quinones and musician and actor Ice-T to share thought-provoking reflections. This year, we can look forward to Michael McFaul, former U.S. Ambassador to Russia, on October 8th, and legendary journalist Bob Schaefer on February 10th. Mr. Schaefer has been the anchor of CBS Evening News, Face the Nation, and has won 8 Emmys, among many other accomplishments. He's in the audience with us today. Mr. Schaefer, would you please stand and wave? Y'all, one of my first engagements at UTA was when I was a middle school violinist attending orchestra camp here. That's me up there. Now, these memories, I know I was cute, wasn't I? Those memories stick with kids, and they stuck with me. It's important that our summer camps continue to make memories for future Mavericks. This summer, we welcomed over 700 young learners to our Kids and Teens University camps, offering everything from space camp to robotics to fashion to dine to, yes, even orchestra. As we launch UTA West, we're working to build community and support in Parker County, where we've kicked off programming for adult learners with safety and health management courses. And there are so many great examples here in Arlington of how we're creating community impact. Our criminal justice program has partnered with the Arlington Police Department, allowing our students to gain skills to become future detectives, crime scene investigators, and crime lab technicians, all the while helping Arlington solve cold cases. Messaging, marketing, and engagement has led efforts to improve our visual identity, reimagining the look, feel, and identity we all hold when we visit our web pages, and starting with the Find It, Fix It, Flaunt It campaign to root out outdated branding. Y'all, there's no such thing as presidential immunity on this. I was called out at a strategic planning retreat for wearing a polo with the old A logo on it, and I was so proud of our team members who found it and told me to fix it. I'm only wearing that shirt at home now, y'all. The centerpiece of our alumni and community engagement strategy represents a milestone moment in our 130-year history, one that many of you may be hearing about today for the first time. To bring our biggest dreams to life, we need meaningful investment and unwavering belief from those who share our vision. That's where philanthropy comes in. Thanks to the extraordinary efforts of Marie Schultz and her team in development and alumni relations, we've already seen what's possible when the community rallies to the UTA cause, with record-setting donor engagement and new community partnerships. Now we're preparing to build on that momentum in a way that we have never seen before by launching UTA's first ever full-scale capital campaign. We're in the planning phase, which means there's a lot of work to do. Learning how to tell our UTA story, creating giving opportunities, building partnerships, and connecting the dots between our vision and the real-world impact it creates. That means every one of us has a role to play. Now, this university is always moving forward. Sometimes it feels like the soundtrack of UTA is jackhammers and cement trucks, but that's just the sound of a university on the rise. The University of Texas system has generously provided UTA with $126 million to support improvements in our existing buildings. That means important resources to replace roofs, upgrade electrical systems, and modernize classrooms. We also broke ground this year on UTA West and opened our Willow Park storefront. We're hard at work building our academic programs and making new connections and friends in Parker County. And leading our effort is our new Vice President of Regional Campuses, Wayne Ashley. Now, we celebrated at the beginning all those new students who've come to campus. We have also heard from students loud and clear about parking. This fall brought the highest demand for parking in university history as we simultaneously work to reduce parking spaces due to construction, and that's a real challenge, and we acknowledge the impact that it's had on our students. But we're not standing still. We're adding flexible parking options, reallocating space, and continuously communicating with permit holders. So your voices are shaping these responses, and I promise it's going to get a little bit better in the spring. Now, when we hear people say infrastructure, they usually think of shiny new buildings, and we certainly celebrate those. Earlier this week, we cut the ribbon on Maverick Hall, officially opening our largest residence hall and bringing 650 more students to the west side of campus. The renovation of our life sciences building will complete the transformation of our southern edge of campus, and I look forward to cutting that ribbon too. Y'all, I've cut so many ribbons, I ought to work at a Hobby Lobby. But infrastructure is also the behind-the-scenes work that makes this place work, like the classroom upgrades that mean faculty don't have to learn new systems every time they teach in a new classroom. Our Office of Information Technology has upgraded more than 100 classrooms this year to ensure all teaching spaces across our campus are equipped with the technology necessary to meet the needs of our faculty and students. Y'all, infrastructure can be fun too, like the improvements to the basement gaming area in the library. Dungeons and Dragons, PlayStation games have long been a part of the basement experience. But this past year, we added some Nintendo Switch 2s and 4K TVs, along with new carpeting, a fresh coat of paint, and some sound paneling. So, by the way, I have the inside scoop that a Miss Pac-Man tabletop arcade game that needed some love and refurbishment will make its debut this semester. And I will neither confirm nor deny that this is my favorite campus improvement. These sometimes small or invisible improvements, they matter. They free faculty to teach and discover, they give students an environment where learning and belonging occur more easily, and they give presidents a chance to take secret breaks to play Miss Pac-Man. This job is stressful, y'all. So playing Pac-Man aside, we've also installed a $2 million supercomputing hub that expands our capacity to support data-intensive research that's powered by artificial intelligence. This is a collaboration, as it should be, with teams from the Office of Information Technology, Engineering, and Research and Innovation. Working together so our students and researchers can address bigger questions, handle bigger data, and do it faster than we've ever been able to do it before. All of this progress shows we're moving forward despite the challenges that UTA and other universities are facing across the nation. Shifting federal policies have introduced uncertainty, along with financial pressures that we have to address. So we are looking forward. We're trying to think about how we are creative in solving the problems that stand before us, whether that be challenges with international students getting their visas or addressing financial aid needs. We're responding with deliberate, strategic action. And in the short term, that means a temporary pause on hiring to generate savings and give us space to prepare for longer-term adjustments. These decisions will not be easy, but I know this community is already thinking deeply about how we adapt, how we protect what matters most, and ensure our university remains strong. Our Chief Financial Officer, John Davidson's financial sustainability workshops are generating good ideas for bringing new resources to campus. A few of my favorites: monetizing our parking for stadium events in the entertainment district, expanding upskilling programs for organizations, or even creating a Maverick branded beer through our brewing certification program. I think a Buckham Blonde or a UTA IPA would be a hit. In all seriousness, though, I know that together we will safeguard our core commitments to student success, academic excellence, and lasting impact. When you put all of this together, it paints a clear picture. This is a university on the move. We're honoring 130 years of history by building forward. Our progress is the result of thousands of individual contributions from the people in this room and across our campus. Every advisor who went the extra mile for a struggling student, every researcher who stayed late to get the analysis right, every staff member who solved a problem before anyone else even knew it existed. You are the reason our university stands strong today. I think about those early faculty and staff who worked here with far fewer resources, but with the same mission to open doors for students and create opportunities for their success. They laid the foundation that we build on today. And if they could see our campus now, our research facilities, our technology, our global reach, they would be amazed. Before we close together and enjoy refreshments, I need your help. In honor of Doug Stoddard and with great appreciation for his work, I'd like to have you all join me in singing our new fight song. So please stand as you're able and sing with me. The lyrics appear on the screen, and y'all have to sing. Trust me, it's going to be bad if it is only me whose voice you're hearing. Here for UTA, shine on for you and me. Ring the bell as we blaze the trail to another victory. Let's see the Maverick spirit. Hail to the blue and white. Cheer, cheer for UTA and fight, fight, fight. M-A-V-E-R-I-C-K-S, go Mavs. M-A-V-E-R-I-C-K-S, go Mavs. What a fight song, y'all. And what a legacy for Doug. Y'all are gonna have lots of time to practice that at the upcoming volleyball games and basketball games this season. I hope you join me outside for refreshments, and thank you for all you do to help support our students and this university. Go Mavs.